4-4-2, 4-2-2. Today I'm going through both of them, explaining which one you should be using. Yes, you. There's not a blanket answer. Plans on two things, two main things: your team and your gameplay style. So we're going to be going through that all in today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like. 50 likes on these kind of different videos would be much appreciated. But anyways, enough intro, more content. Let's go. Are you fed up of coming against God Squad game in and game out?
What?
If so, make sure to head over to u7buy.com using the link in the description below. And don't forget to use code RAN at checkout for an extra little discount. So the common question of the 4-4-2 versus 4-2-2 is like, it's just what formation is better for you. And there's a few things you got to consider. Playstyle is one, but also secondly, team is a huge factor. For example, let's talk about Ousmane Dembele. So with a card like Dembele, a very popular ultimate team card, let's look what he's got. So he's got good skill moves, got good weak foot, of course, and he's really fast, decent dribbling, but doesn't offer much else. So this card already screams right mid because the pace is high, the dribbling is decent, but the shooting very low in comparison to like some other right wingers you can get, but the pace is high, so that screams right mid. Now somebody like Lionel Messi is much more suited for that RAM position, so you're gonna see his sprint speed is very low, so at right mid that kind of hinders you a bit. Obviously a card like Messi can still play right mid just because he's so great overall, but he's definitely more suited to that right attacking mid role. Not only is the pace a bit lower, but the shooting is way higher, right? And he's got that finesse shot trait, so you play him on the right, he's gonna get in finesse shot shooting positions. Whereas at right mid, you're a little bit too wide and a little bit too deep to really get that many finesse shot opportunities. Obviously they'll still pop up here and there, but the volume of them is just nowhere near the same as in a 4-2-2 if he was at that right attacking mid, pushed up further, and he's more central, the perfect finesse shot position. That's the first thing you got to consider. What sort of abilities your wingers have? Do you have shooting players that can definitely cut in for those finesses and maybe they're a little bit slower, or do you just have pacey wingers that have no technical ability to shoot? You know, Vinny, another great example. Not going to be hitting finesse shots with him, but 98 pace, 5-star skills, incredible dribbling. I can hit that line at left mid every single time. So that's resulted in me changing to the 4-4-2 with my team because I get my two wingers, and then in the central I have the scorers. I have Ronaldo and Felix as my strikers. So it's all about working the ball into them. Whereas if you're playing the 4-2-2, you have maybe Messi on the right, and then on the left, if you have somebody that can shoot as well, maybe somebody like Neymar, well then you can play the 4-2-2 and get more out of those finesse shot angles. Then obviously the next team difference is going to be the center mids, because the back four and the two strikers obviously are the two things in common with the formations. However, in the 4-2-2 you have two CDMs. In the 4-4-2, you have two center mids. Now, this difference cannot be overlooked. So center mids are going to be further up the pitch. They're going to have more time on the ball. They're going to have to contribute attacking. Whereas if you play 4-2-2, just have the CDMs, maybe both of them on stay back, you can get away with people not being able to dribble or pass too much and can be purely defensive rocks. You'll notice my two center mids. One, Kante. Now, Kante, a lot of people don't like his passing a lot. I think it's okay. I think he gets by and he's incredible defensively. What he also has, his dribbling is a lot better than stats say, in my opinion. I think the high balance coupled with him being quite short leads to his dribbling being decent, so he can get away playing that center mid role. People that may struggle at center mid are like an Anyenka, low agility balance on his goal card, that is. Fofana has low balance. These sort of players, the taller, bulkier players, don't get away with it as much, but somebody like Kante and Llorente definitely excel at center mid, so you can get away with. So that's like another thing to take into account when you're deciding whether to use the 4-4-2 or the 4-2-2. With the two kind of positional team differences out of the way for which formation to go based off that, let's get on to how you play in game. Now the first one, once again, is finesse shots. Now this comes back to obviously the player stats. Some people, you know, are just really good at green time finesses and maybe can get away with it with lower rated stats. So how I play at the moment, I don't actually go for many wide finesse shots, as you can see by my winger selection. So I'm loving the 4-4-2. Just kind of suiting me more. However, if you are in that finesse shot mode, like I said, you have a player like Messi, even like a Mahrez, a Salah, any of these guys, I think they're completely wasted at right mid. You need to be playing the 4-2-2 to get them in at RAM. You could even use the 4-2-3-1, just anywhere where they can kind of get those finesse shot angles. So you really need to be sticking to the 4-2-2 if you are finesse shotting a lot. If you are playing just down the line, going down the line with the wingers and then driven passing it inside or true balling it inside, however you might play, you're gonna go ahead and want to stick with the 4-4-2. Next, it's time to talk about build-up play. Now, the thing with 4-4-2 is you can kind of do whatever you want. So you can start with the left mid, right mid, then go maybe inside to your center mids, then go to your strikers or back to your wide mids and kind of do what you want. The one issue I've always had with the 4-2-2, and you can sort of get around it with the driven pass, is CDM to striker. That kind of route is difficult. It is difficult unless you have good CDMs with passing, because ultimately that pass is a long distance. It really is. With center mids, that gap is a lot shortened and you can get away with it quite easily with a driven pass. However, in the 4-2-2, that gap can sometimes be too good. It forces you ultimately to play to your wide cams, makes you slightly predictable. You know, if you are playing that finesse shot meta, you don't really have a choice. And you can use your left back and right back, I suppose, to give you a bit more options, but it does make you a bit more predictable. But I know if I'm playing somebody in the 4-4-2, they can go left mid, striker, right center mid, either of them, and I can't really cover all of them, so they always have more passing options and makes me hard to press against them. So once again, depends on your playstyle, but just something to keep in mind. When it comes to defending, however, they're a little bit different, but not incredibly different. They can kind of be carried by instructions, but basically in the middle of the park, obviously with the two CDMs, you're going to have a bit more defense. However, out wide, left and right mids get back a lot better than wide cams do. So if you're struggling defending the wings, you might be in a little trouble with the 4-2-2. However, if you're struggling defending down the center, 4-2-2 has that advantage. So once again, really personal preference right here. And that's why it is so hard to kind of just give a wide blanket answer on what formation to pick. It really does depend on your game style. And whilst I have kind of covered pretty much all the differences, these formations by default are of course very similar, so you can even change width and instructions to make them even more similar than they already are. But either way, I hope this video helped you guys kind of decide which one you want to go for. Of course, you could just try both of them out. That would work as well. I'm just giving you guys my kind of input and my reasoning on why I use one instead of the other at certain times throughout the year. But anyways guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like. Hopefully we can get 50 likes on the video, as that's always the goal on these other kind of random videos that aren't like tactics or squad builders. So I'd appreciate that. Anyways, have a good day and I'll see you guys next time.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you.